gonna bring on Jennifer as soon as she comes live with me. Jennifer is being added right now. Pretty excited for this, to be honest. We have been admins together for a really long time, and I don't think I've ever talked to her face to face. We've just talked through chats. Yeah.
Hello.
I was waving, but it was off camera.
Horizontal, which I'm not happy about.
What? It's horizontal?
It made me turn my phone horizontal to do the video.
Well, that's shitty. I think that's because in order for it to work on mine, I have to like make it horizontal. I don't know. I think maybe that's why. So it might have forced you to do it. So I'm sorry about that. Do you have something to affix your phone to so that you're good?
I'm just holding it. That's good.
Okay, cool. So first of all, I would love to introduce you. So you were the strength card in this latest debacle, but you've been through lots of debacles with us, and you also
it's pretty
go ahead.
Exciting.
I just wanted I wanted you to be able to kind of talk about your meme pages, because you have pretty successful meme pages that you've had for a pretty long time. What are your meme pages? Is it just one, or is it?
Well, thanks for saying they're successful. I have my main one, which is the sarcastic bull, which I usually post on, and then I have two others that I really hardly ever post on. It's hard to keep up with more than one page, so I kind of just drop. Huh?
Are you musings of a lunar Scorpio too?
Yeah.
I love that page. So I'm.
Oh, really?
Page too, yeah. It is a pretty rare page to see come up too. So.
Yeah, that's for my like deeper, more mysterious stuff that I guess I don't do often enough. So. Yeah.
I think the sarcastic bull stuff is great too. It's not. I wasn't disrespecting the sarcastic bull stuff by talking about.
No. Well, I'm just taken aback that you're like praising them at all, because really it's just been a creative outlet for me. Like I never even thought that people would follow me. So
how many people do you have following the sarcastic bull one?
I think 1,200.
Fuck, that's good. That's a lot of
I don't know the exact number. Yeah.
So there are
people like me, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I've always thought your memes were really good, and I think that using memes as a kind of jumping in tactic to get people used to astrology is a really cool thing. So I'm glad that there's other kind of brothers and sisters in arms on that level out there. So my questions for you, I'll ask you a question, then you can ask me a question, or we can just figure it out as we go. The first question that I have for you though is what got you into astrology? What's your like astrology origin story?
I've been into astrology since I was a preteen, really. My mom was into sun sign astrology. Oh, my husband just walked out. She had the Linda Goodman Love Signs book that like everybody has.
I loved that book.
Yeah.
I read that a lot.
But she never really got into it. She's just all about sun signs. She doesn't know about charts or anything like that. So I was in the sun sign for like my whole teenage years, and then off and on. I never found out about charts until I was like 20 something, and I found my chart and I didn't really know what to do with it. So then I kind of stopped messing with it for a while, and then I came back to it really in the last 5 or 6 years, and like started learning more about how to read the charts and things like that. So
were there books, or did you mostly do it through the internet to learn about it?
Yeah, mostly through the internet. Yeah.
A lot more information.
Some books here and there, but mostly. The internet's great for Gemini. I can find out anything I want at any time, so.
It's pretty cool. I think that the only good thing about books that books still have is you can usually have more quality control with books, right? Because you can like,
right.
There are some sites that are not very good for astrology on the internet, but it's gotten better and better as time has gone on, that's for sure.
I agree. Well, that's why usually if I look up an aspect, I'll look at like 10 different web pages on the same aspect just to compare the information. So I mean, that's, I guess, the only way I have to verify it.
Are you
Everybody
drinking?
says the same thing.
Are you drinking a beer too? Nice, cool. So second question: what's your favorite aspect that you have in your own chart?
Gee, I don't know. Well, my tightest aspect is the Venus trine Uranus, right? I don't have that many great aspects to choose from in my chart, so I don't know. I can't choose. Libra
What?
dominant, can't choose.
That's good. It's good to have more Libra energy, honestly, on the page and in the admin group. So, oh no, I lost you. I don't know what happened, but I lost Jennifer, and it was sad. So,
I don't know what happened.
yeah, I don't know what happened either, but it's all good now. We're back.
Yeah. So,
This is
back to my shitty aspects that I don't have that many great ones. I don't know. You know, I have a lot of oppositions, but I've kind of grown to love them, right? Because, you know, when you deal with enough crap in life now, it's like when something happens, it's not really that big of a deal because
that's true. I've heard that trines, like having a bunch of trines in your chart, is actually kind of negative in some ways because when big Pluto transits happen or Saturn transits happen, you don't really have the experience to be able to deal with it. Whereas if you have like a lot of squares and things and oppositions in your chart,
right.
It's just kind of, you get used to like life kind of kicking you in the guts every once in a while.
Exactly.
Not to be too blunt about it, but yeah, I feel that. So do you have a question? Otherwise, I'll just go into more questions because it's no problem.
You can just keep asking me questions.
All right. How did you find shit posting?
Oh, through astrology memes only, I think, and I found that group through another Scorpio moon group that I started out in. That I guess was pretty cool, but apparently the owner of the group like flipped out one day, kicked everybody out of the group, and then started another secret group. So I don't know what happened there. So then I left there and came to this world.
I might have been part of that. I don't remember though necessarily.
Was it your? Did you do it?
At all. I might have been at that group though. I didn't blow it up.
Yeah, I don't know.
That would have been.
I wasn't part of that drama, so I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't get that deep into that. So you came to it through way of astrology memes only then. When did you become an admin and what was that experience like?
Alex actually asked me to be admin. Yeah, I guess, and that was when I first joined, and I guess I was sharing a lot of memes, and she just asked me, and I was like, sure. And then, yeah, that was pretty cool.
So what eras of adminning, like what eras of shitposting have you been through? You've definitely been through the penny era. When did you actually come on as an admin?
I think
that exactly.
Well, when did you start this group? Because I think I must not have been that far off after you started it, like maybe a couple months.
It's a Gemini from 2017. So it started in June of 2017.
Yeah, that sounds right. Maybe July.
No.
Yeah. I'm OG.
OG. So do you think that this last period of drama that we've gone through has been the most intense drama, or do you think we've gone through like more intense drama in the past?
I mean, I guess it's more intense, I guess, from my perspective, right? Or from an admin perspective. Yeah, it was pretty intense. Yeah, because the other dramas, I usually try not to get involved with them, to be honest. Like the penny thing, I don't even think I was here. I was like taking a break. And then when the thoughts things happen, I just seem to mysteriously disappear when the shit hits the fan. Typical Libra. I'm out. Yeah, so I wasn't really in the middle of the socks thing either, but I remember it. I was way back then.
So this is the first one, the first drama season that you actually were fully involved in then.
Yep.
So what was your experience of, so first the card got pulled for you. What did you feel about the strength card being pulled for you? And like, what are your associations with that over the course of, over the course of your life and also as it played out during the game?
I like the strength card. I've always liked it because my husband is a Leo, and I always liked it because it shows the woman kind of taming the lion, and I was like, that's perfect. So it was
That's
kind of weird that it came up. Yeah.
nice.
So, and then I read about it, and the strength card is basically, a toned down Leo, or what they say, an evolved Leo, right? What a Leo should
Hmm.
be, a Leo in its
Yeah.
glory. So I kind of had to figure out how to play that, like Leo, but not Leo. So I just tried to be positive and uplifting and strong at the same time through all the madness.
Well, you did like you played like a super loyal role. You were like kind of a loyalist in it, which I feel like connects to not only the fact that you've been OG with the group for a really long time. I think that has something to do with it, but it's also Taurus Scorpio, that whole polarity feels like a pretty loyalist polarity in general, right? Like
Yeah.
make connections, hold on to it, and kick ass for it. But you were playing the game for real up until the game derailed. So when did you know things had gone terribly wrong?
Um, It took a while. I was confused for a lot of it at the beginning because, when Brooke removed everyone, like I knew that was going to happen. So I was kind of just like, oh, I can't believe you betrayed. I was just playing the role. And then when Heather and Noctis turned around and did their thing, like I thought at first, I thought it was part of the, whatever. You guys had some other plan going on. So for a while there, I didn't really know what was going on. And then when I realized, like, oh shit, they, like Brooke's really pissed off and they really aren't a part of it. So once I figured that out, I was kind of like, had to step back.
Yeah,
And,
it was intense. So for those of you that were not privy to the admin logs, the people that are watching this that were not part of that, shit got really fucking intense. Like people were actually pretty legitimately mad at each other, and there was a lot of fallout that happened from that whole thing, and people's emotions were super lit, for lack of a better term. And
yeah.
what I thought was really good is you definitely stepped in and helped to calm people and like help people to feel better. And I think that was a really core part. And I felt like that actually lived up to the card to a certain extent, like
Aw.
standing solid for people that were around you and holding people up. Although you still did get kind of bit a little bit, I would
Well,
say.
I
But
mean,
back,
yeah, I had some not so proud moments, but, it was pretty crazy. Like, I don't know if people know this, but none of us admins, like, there was a point where nobody trusted anybody. Like, we all thought that somebody, nobody trusted anybody. We all thought the other person was in on it. So there was a lot of that going on for a while where we were all, like, side-eyeing each other. Um,
it it
yeah.
took a while.
Even you.
to,
I didn't trust you for a minute. I was like, I think Michael's in on this. And then when I realized you weren't.
well, I could have been in on it. That's not outside of the scope of my character as expressed over the course of time. So
Oh,
that's
I know.
fair. It's fair to judge that. Um, so we've gotten through the Scorpio season. What's been like the highlight and the low light for you for Scorpio season so far? What's been
Um,
like the good part and the bad part? And it could
um,
be
it
in group
hasn't
or
been
out group.
that bad.
It really hasn't, has it?
Like I had my little moments this season or whatever, my little emotional moments, but overall it wasn't that bad. It's with me, it's like, I had things going on that were out of my control, and when that happens, I usually have like a momentary freak out, where I guess like I'm fighting against it, and then finally, I kind of just let it happen. But yeah.
Well, you have that Taurus, uh, Scorpio, Sun Moon opposition. So letting go into transition or change is like something that you always have to do over the course of your life, right? Like, so it's like you get comfortable and then like life probably doesn't let you stay there for very long, right? Like, so you'll get like to a comfortable spot and then it's like, no.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
been rough. It's Astrology has helped me with that too, and I kind of have to go to the Pisces and kind of escape it sometimes just so I don't
Yeah.
go crazy because I'm constantly trying to control everything. So I've learned to really just like, you know what? I don't give a fuck today. I'm just not going to give a fuck today about anything because if I don't, I'm just insane. So yeah, luckily I haven't gone insane yet somehow.
It's good. So is your
Yeah.
family mostly over the cold? Because mine is.
I'm sorry?
Is your family mostly over the sickness now?
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah, my youngest woke up okay today. The last 2 mornings he's just been miserable when he wakes up with a fever, but
Yeah,
yeah, we're all okay now, I think.
that's good. How old are your kids? Mine are
I
3.
have I have three. I have a 4-year-old, a son who's a double Aries sun, Aries rising, and a Taurus moon. And then I
Aries
have my
sun, Aries rising. Fuck. Wow. Okay. Wow.
moon
Okay.
in the first
And
house. He's very sensitive, but he's tough at the same time. And then my
that's good.
daughter, she's 6. She's my Gemini stellium in the 11th house.
Oh, she's gonna be awesome in life, though. That's a fun stellium to have. She's gonna
Yeah,
like start groups that change the world. Who even knows? It's gonna be like
and
super
so she's
systems admin.
a she's a Gemini sun, Gemini moon, Cancer ascendant.
Wow.
And then my oldest is he's 9 and he's a Libra sun, Sagittarius moon, Taurus rising. And
Huh.
he's the one that gives us the most trouble really.
Wait, Libra sun, Sagittarius moon?
Mhm.
He's the one that gives you the most trouble.
Yeah, for the most
Huh.
part.
Cool.
He's he's
Well,
very
he's
headstrong.
um my oldest son is a Pisces with a Sag moon and Cancer rising.
Okay.
My wife is
Okay.
an Aries with a Sag moon and Cancer rising,
Oh
and
wow.
my youngest son is an Aquarius with a Scorpio moon and Sag rising, and I'm an Aries with a Scorpio moon and or Libra with a Scorpio moon and Aries rising. So it's like fire, water, air combo, like almost exactly the same. So one of my kids is like pretty linked to their mom, and one of my kids is pretty linked to me. So it's kind of interesting seeing that.
And do you find, is your Sag moon kid, do you find that he's like all over the place at all times, like mentally?
Uh, I mean, he's got like this big Pisces stellium in the
That's true.
ninth.
That probably
So he's
tones it
like
down.
really focused on education. He really wants like the attaboys for like working hard for things.
Right.
Um, so I think like it would be really good to on this channel in the future just kind of talk about like kid astrology, because
Yeah.
it's hard for I think it's hard for parents to like see the astrology of a kid and then not try to like kind of shape them towards that astrology. So like
Right.
talking about like the where people could go and then like helping them, with it rather than
Definitely.
pushing them towards that would be good.
Oh, it's helped me understand. When I looked up my oldest chart, like it's helped me so much just to understand how he thinks and like his emotions. He has Mars in Cancer. So, I mean, that's not an easy
Wow.
placement to deal with in a kid. Yeah. So it's helped me a lot. But I just want to tell people if you're going to look up your kid's chart, just don't like put in your mind beforehand because some people can look at their kid's chart and just feel really bad, like if they see shitty placements or aspects. So just beforehand, put that in your head to like not feel shitty about it, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everybody has kind of their own karma, and at least they have you as parents, hopefully if you're good
Yeah,
parents, right? So that's the good
exactly.
thing. Um,
So,
cool. So I wanted to get a little bit further into group stuff. What do you think about like the direction that things are going? So I can talk a little bit about it. Like we're definitely trying to build up a way to help people like get access to people that can like read charts on a deeper level, do tarot cards, things like that, connected to this entire world of the shitposting Inc. world. Um,
right.
how do you feel about that? Like, do you think that that's a good direction to go, or how are you?
Yeah, I mean,
What's your gut about?
I've been thinking about it for a while. Like, after being in the group for a while, I even said to my husband, like I said, that like I think this can go somewhere, like just the whole community. And, I've thought about doing my own thing for a while, but I just lack really the confidence, I guess. But yeah, totally. I think we're gonna do great things.
I think so too. But we'll see. Like, it's gonna take a lot of work to make it happen. So our goal, I think, is
Yeah.
to launch something good by late January, early February. I think that's where we are right now, like when everything's in Capricorn. So we'll see.
Yeah, and all
Uh,
these retrogrades are done.
yeah, the
Yeah.
retrogrades have been. How was so Venus retrograde? Your own personal Venus retrograde. How was that for you?
I mean, I guess it could have been better financially, but other than that, like relationship wise, everything's good.
Same
I'm
here.
still the same pain in the ass that I always am, so.
That's good. What's your husband's what's his big three?
He's a Leo sun, Aqua moon, Pisces rising.
Well, that's cool. Leo
Yeah.
Sun. Aqua moon, so a full moon baby like you.
Yep.
Huh. And Pisces rising. That's fun.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Cool. My wife is a Cancer rising, Aries sun, Sag moon. And she's not in the room, so I can't point to her right now, but I would if she was here. So
That's similar to my brother. I have a brother with an Aries sun, Cancer rising, but his moon is in Libra, not Sag. But that's them Cancer rising. Kendra has that too, and I always joke with her because they come off looking all nice and sweet, don't they? And then
yeah.
bam.
You know, I think Kendra has the same big three as my wife, if I remember right. There's always things that you pay attention to, like Joali has the same birthday as my wife, and Kendra has the same big three. So,
Oh wow.
and plus Kendra has Mars in Cancer, and my wife has Mars in Cancer too, which is in the
Wow.
first.
Wow.
Um,
That sounds like fun.
yes, I mean, I'm glad it's not me. That's all I can say, But sometimes those seven
Right?
got to deal with it anyway. So, um, I don't have any really more questions, but gosh, if you have any, that'd be good. Or if you know something that we should talk about, I'm down to talk about.
I'm kind of just proud that I made it this far, to be honest, on the video.
Is this the first time you went live? Well, you did fucking awesome.
Way
So,
out of my
thanks for
comfort
coming.
zone right now. I
I
wanted to
understand
do
that.
it.
And I'm really glad that you
So.
did. I'm sorry that I canceled it probably the first night when you got all totally ready to do it, and then I
That's
canceled
fine.
it.
I wasn't like totally ready to go. Hair done, everything. It was fine. Stuff happens.
Well, I guess, since we've already accomplished our mission of doing a live video together, we can stop here. But I think
Okay.
that we should probably do, some kind of video in the future that's not a live video, because then it won't be as much pressure, like in the moment.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, goodbye, Jennifer. Thank you, Strength. You were super helpful.
Bye. Thank you. Say
Great.
bye.
Later. Have a good one. Nice to meet you.
Well, have a good night. Bye.